Hi, I'm Sarah Lloyd and I got involved right at the start of the What Costs Folks project. I actually found a call out for grassroots organisations to become Community Participatory Action Researchers.
So What Costs Folks is a research project. It's a community action research project, the idea being that the people involved in the project are members of our local community here in Folkestone, and we help facilitate conversations, make artworks and find out how the cost of living crisis has impacted people's mental health and well-being.
And it's looking at ways in which we can action change, but it's led by the voice of the community, so it's all co-produced. And we're trying to use creative methods so that we can open up fresh dialogue with those people who might not already connect with any research projects or academics.
So our first part of our project really was opening in September 2023, and we opened up this space. We had art tables out with art equipment and people could come in and make, and they talked about what they thought about mental well-being, what they thought about the cost of living.
So some of the conversations we've had in here might be about things that could be quite challenging, but it's a safe space to just talk about it.
So our first workshop sessions were all about understanding what the community wanted this question to be that we researched, and then that led to us deciding that the main question is what are the needs for the people of Folkestone for good mental health, and how does the cost of living impact that?
When we started doing the outreach, we sort of built on that and looked at the needs and barriers that people were experiencing, and that really helped us lead into the writing prescriptions phase of the project.
We put all the artworks up on the wall and we got people to come in and we asked them to think about what the needs and barriers are, and they got to write down what they felt Folkestone needs to make it a better place to live, for especially thinking about the mental health of the people here. We then did some sessions with specific groups from the What Costs Folks community, analysing the prescriptions. And so we made a giant spreadsheet on the wall behind us using masking tape and a massive grid.
That was an extra bonus to have that kind of that experience of like analysing. But I think that what really stood out for me was that there is this hole in the community where people do really desperately want to come together.
So at the end of our analysis, we decided to create 4 big prescriptions focused on specific stakeholders we wanted to reach. So a key stakeholder that this project is definitely trying to talk to is the NHS. But through all our findings, we realised that we need to be talking to the council, we need to be talking to government, and we need to be talking to arts funders as well. So we looked with our community at who we need to get our message to, and so the community could have their voice heard by those groups of people, we hope.
We need these support services, and I think the more that our government, our politicians can see that, it's hopefully drives that change. But it's small things as well. I think, you look at the prescriptions and you look at the wall and what people have written, there's understandably a lot of anger in there. But there are solutions, and some of them, like the friendship benches, are really, really crucial but really simple.
It's really opened my eyes to the needs, much more than I probably anticipated. There are challenges that we could probably do something about if we worked effectively together and if we were listened to by people who are making big decisions. So I think the project has highlighted that there's a lot more to do. And what it's also taught me is there's a real passion and interest in creative activities to talk about these things. So that's very exciting for me because I'd like to do more of that.
Fourth Wall definitely is that sort of space. I feel Folkestone needs it. I think what Sarah's done has been incredible, and I think it would be really cool just to get it out there and maybe develop on what's happened in the project.
I think one of the best things that's come out of it is the number of people that they've got involved in it, because it's then opening that conversation and it's giving people a safe space to come to have those conversations, and it sort of helps dilute that shame a little bit, and they can have honest conversations and really feel that it's not just me.
I feel like we've only sort of started to scratch the surface, and the cost of living thing is still, it's still ongoing. It's still such a massive issue for people.
We're not going to get that, that quick fix. And so I think it's really important to keep it going, because I think nothing's changing imminently, sadly.
I think that the momentum now, obviously, as it's coming to the end, has really picked up, so it would be totally sad for it to just stop. I think it needs to carry on.
Yeah, the project's made me feel really hopeful. As researchers, we've got a lot of thinking to do about what we have achieved, what we feel that we could do better, and reflecting on this as a case study and a pilot. This is just the beginning.